Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Jaden, and today I'm making another rant about Sekai Ichi Hatsukoi and Junjou Romantic because y'all know me. Those animes are bae. I love them both so much. They're so good, and they're my favorites, and I watch them all the time. And I know I recently my last video was about Sekai Ichi Hatsukoi and Junjou Romantic, but I couldn't help it. I wanted to make another video about them. And so yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the video. So this author, the author, whatever, really amazed me how they wrote this, because for both of them, they were able to make it where it's about three kind of main couples. And there is a fourth one, I guess, in both of them. It's Asahina and Izakiya. But, I mean, they're not as important. I guess they're important characters, but not as important as the others. But, yeah, so I'm just going to really go on about those characters and see which anime, in the end, I end up liking more. But this is my own personal opinion. Y'all's might be different than mine. But, yeah, let's just get on with it. So, our first couple is from Junjou Romantic, Usagi-san, or a.k.a. Akihiko, and Misaki. And how they first meet. Okay, first impressions are always the worst, man. How they first meet is Misaki walks into his home and he sees his brother pinned up against the wall. And Akihiko is holding him down and kissing him all over and stuff. And yeah, imagine walking in on that. And so Misaki's freaking out. But eventually later, Akihiko ends up becoming Misaki's landlord because he needs to stay with him. It's close to his college and stuff. Get him into that college that he wants to go to. And I'm not going to explain why he wants to go to that college. You should just watch it and I'll tell you why. But, yeah, so he ends up staying with him, and to, like, pay off his debt to stay there, I guess. He doesn't, like, literally pay with money, but he cooks Akihiko and himself meals and does all the chores and shopping and stuff. And so that's how he pays for it. So that's how they first met, and eventually it gets, I think it's the next episode or so, it might be the first episode, Usagi-san and Misaki go to their brother's house because he got engaged. So I'm trying to remember Misaki's brother's name, but it's just not coming to me right now. But Akihiko is in love with Misaki's brother, and so once he figures out they engaged, yeah, it kind of breaks his heart. And Misaki ends up getting mad about it and starts yelling at him. You're like, you're so stupid and stuff. And then he walks out the door, and Akihiko, like, he takes Akihiko outside, and Misaki ends up getting upset about it because he knows how much Usagi-san loved his brother, and how his brother just couldn't return the favor, and how Akihiko, or Usagi-san, treats his brother so respectfully and kindly, and yeah, the love just doesn't return. And so Misaki ends up being the one that cries over it, but Akihiko, he actually ended up crying, and Misaki's the only one that's seen him cry. So, emotional times. Yeah, and Akihiko eventually ends up falling in love with Misaki, and they're just like so perfect for each other, and he's always trying to get Misaki's pants, if you know what I mean. But Misaki doesn't always allow, but Misaki ends up finding himself getting sucked in, and he eventually returns his feelings for Akihiko, and it's just so cute, and I love them so much. Okay, so then our second couple would be from Sekai Ichi Hatsukoi, and their first couple for that, and that would be Oteri and Tanakayo. Okay, so this one has more of a background. What it is Oteri, or Ritsuku, had this crush on Tanako back in high school, and for about 4 years, I think, and then eventually he ends up confessing his love, and they end up doing it. Yeah, wow. First episode, and they end up fucking. And they end up splitting up, and it's been 10 years later, and Otori ends up becoming a shoujo manga editor. He doesn't, by the way, shoujo manga is more of the romantic type of manga. He did not want to be a shoujo manga editor. That's just the department he got put in. He wanted to be a literature writer or editor, I believe, but nah, he got in that. And then turns out Tanako is his boss, and they don't realize it at first. Like, Tanako gets this feeling that they met before. Notori's just like, I don't know you. But yeah, it's really cute because Tanako has been searching for Odori for 10 years, and after 10 years he finally finds him, and he ends up like confessing his love to him, and then it hits Odori, and he remembers, and he's like, ah! And yeah, and they explain the misunderstanding, and Odori like refuses to love him, but like he gets sucked in so easy. He ends up loving him. Now, what bums me out is that in Junjou Romantic, Mitsuki does tell Akihiko he loves him. It's not very often, but he does. He lets Akihiko take them. He actually sometimes starts the molesting. But yeah, and Sekai Ichi Hatsukoi, he never really confesses his love. I mean, it's that hint where you're like, oh yeah, he's totally confessing. But he never fully says, I love you, Tanako, and stuff. Unless it, like, I'm back in high school, but I'm talking about 10 years later when they meet up again. But I still think they're a really cute couple, and I ship them so much. Hashtag Tanako x Odori. Yeah, and even though the background would probably be better for Sekai Ichi Hatsukoi, I have to give the point to Junjou Romantics, because Misaki and Usagi-san are my favorite. Like, I love them so much. They're the perfect couple, and Misaki just accepts the facts that they're totally going out and stuff. But why Otori never really does. Well, he eventually, more towards the end, I guess it's kind of, but he's still not fully committed, which bums me out. But they're still super adorable, and I love them so much. I love that anime. Alright, now we're on to our second couple in Junjou Romantics. This one would be, trying to remember his name. I know there's a Naoki, and I keep, Hiro-chan, got it. I keep trying to call him Haro-chan. It's not Haro-chan. That's a freaking host club. Don't bring host club into this right now. Hiro-chan. Okay, so I really like this couple. I find them being super adorable, and Naoki's like, he's really tall, and he's a doctor, and also he has a lot of part-time jobs. I believe he has 6 part-time jobs of when it first started. And Hiro-chan, Hiro-chan, he is he works at the college that Misaki ends up going to. Yeah, so that's, yeah. Turns out though, Haro-chan, sorry if I end up calling Haro-chan, like, Haruhi and stuff. I'm not trying to do that. I'm sorry. I've also been recently rewatching Host Club again. Hiro-chan. I got it. I'm gonna get this right. He, turns out him and Usagi-san have a background history, and, yeah, they didn't really date, but as kids, they knew each other from when they were really little and kind of grew up together, and Hiro-chan likes Usagi-san, and they kind of fucked, but that didn't last long, because, as I said before, at this time, Usagi-san liked Misaki's brother. Anyways, years pass, and he can't get over the fact that, Usagi-san's never gonna love him because he likes Misaki's brother. But, yeah, eventually, a bottle rocket comes shooting out of the sky while he's sitting on the park bench, and it nearly hits him in the head, and then Naoki comes, and he picks it up, he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, and then he saw Hiro-chan crying, and at that moment, he knew it was love at first sight, and he took him back, he was like, come with me, and they played with bottle rockets, kind of, and met a bunch of old people, but, Naoki kind of ends up forcing Hiro-chan to be his tutor. Even though Naoaki is really smart, he just wanted a chance to get closer at Hito-chan. Eventually, Hito-chan becomes his tutor, and that's when Usagi-san comes over, and you can tell Hito-chan's about to cry, and that's when Naoaki walks up, and he's like, Hito-chan is mine. And he, like, pulls Hito-chan back and shuts the door in his face, and he's like, what the hell just happened? But yeah, and they end up falling in love, and they accept the fact that they're lovers, and they date for about 7 to 10 years. Oh, but also, you know what, I'm not gonna spoil it, never mind. Yeah, it's really good. I'm just gonna say Naoaki leaves for a certain period of time, and you think that they break up, but they end up getting back together, so it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And they're a really cute couple, so I really ship them. I really like them. And then that moves us to our second couple in Sekai Ichi Hatsukoi, which would be Chieki, I think that's how you say his name, and Tori or Yoshiyuki. They're really cute couple, but this one didn't hit me as much because there's two men after Chieki. There's Yu and Tori, and Chieki is so like he just doesn't see it. Like, he refuses to see that they both love him. He knows Tori loves him, but he refuses to see the fact that he's hurting both of them with his actions. But, which is weird, considering he should know this, because he is a shoujo manga writer and artist. So, I don't know. I really like them, though. No problem with them. I love their couples. But it kind of confuses me at some point. Like, when I was first watching it, I thought all of this was just a shoujo manga he was working on. No, I was just being stupid. No, I watched it again, and it hit me. I was like, oh, that's what they meant by that, and giving him himself and stuff for a present. And yeah, but with his Chieki's actions, he ends up hurting both you and Tori. I feel so bad for you. I do ship Chieki and Tori, though. Nah, sorry, you. But he just, I don't know. He ends up making you, like, cry a lot. It's really complicated. So that one, I guess I'd have to get the point again to Junjou Romantic, just because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that couple. I love them so much, and I love Chieki. He's such adorable, and he just wants his friends to be happy, and he wants everybody to be happy, but life doesn't work like that. And yeah, but just how they're both after him, and he can't, like, make up his mind, like, oh, I'm in love with Tori, you back off. He eventually says that, thank God, but being so considerate of their feelings is what I'm saying. But yeah, I'd have to give that point to Junjou Romantic. 2 points for Junjou, 1 point for Sekai Ichi Hatsukoi. Next one, third couple for Junjou Romantics would be Shinobu and Miyagi. Okay, now this is a bit of an age difference. Okay, so Shinobu at first is 17, and Miyagi is either 34 or 37. I can't fully remember. Yeah. Wow. Not to mention that, oh god. Okay, so Shinobu's sister was married to Miyagi at one point. Shocker. Yeah. What? And they ended up getting divorced, so Shinobu sees it as fate, and he just kind of makes Miyagi love him. He's like, you're gonna love me. And they end up loving each other. And I don't know, I guess most people probably couldn't see this ship happening, considering the age difference and how he used to date Shinobu's sister. But I don't care. I guess I just think their characters are really adorable, and how they act, I don't know. I really like them. Literally, they make me so happy. They're one of my favorites. They're not, of course they don't compare to Usagi-san and Misaki, but I don't know. I really like them together. And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for them to be together, I guess, considering, yes, Shinobu's only 17, and Miyagi's like 34, 37, and there's a 17-year age difference. Yeah, there's an age difference between Usagi-san and Misaki, but only by